Hi guys, Namaste Sangha. So I just wanted to come on here and share with you a recent kind of revelation that I've had lately. So I don't know if anybody else is feeling this way, but in the last couple of weeks, I have started to feel so energized, so much movement again within myself. I feel myself emerging more into my creativity, feeling inspired with lots of ideas. I have lots of energy to do a lot more things throughout my day. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because there are a couple things that I think really help to create this shift within me. So the first thing that I noticed has really helped me shift into this state is I got rid of my social media. So I didn't delete it. Like, you can still go and find me, but it is not on my phone. It's gone. So I haven't opened Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at all in the last, I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks now. And it's interesting because in the beginning, right after I deleted the social media, every time I would open my phone, I would scroll as if to find and click on the Instagram app. That's my main go-to, or sometimes Facebook. And I just noticed like what a huge habit that this was in my life, to just mindlessly go to Instagram without even consciously being aware of it. And the reason that I deleted these apps in the first place is because I actually noticed how much time I was spending on social media. I would just end up spending hours scrolling during my day. Maybe not hours in a row, but definitely hours if you were to count it all up by the end of the day. And that's a lot of time wasted. First of all, that's a lot of time gone into comparing yourself to others, numbing your brain with these like 5 to 10 second videos, which are essentially programming yourself to have ADHD. And like for me, what I would notice, and especially because I've been in this postpartum cocoon, my baby, she's 4 months old now, and I've really just been in this place of healing and resting. And of course, like, you get bored during that time. And so I'm spending more time on my phone because I'm resting more, I'm laying down more. But I've also been in this like inner winter healing phase. I haven't been in a phase of being productive or doing much. And I get onto my Instagram and I see all of these people that I follow, or especially coaches, who are just like doing a lot and selling and like kind of telling you like, oh, you should be launching, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And like, that's just not the phase I'm in. So it felt really disruptive to my current season. So I got rid of social media as well, just to like come back to myself, come back to like who I really am and what I really want. Also to create from myself, not to create based upon like what somebody else is doing or what they're telling me to do. So if that resonates with you, just like huge permission slip right now to either unfollow a bunch of people or just take a break from social media. I am actually amazed at how much more time I have during the day and at how much I'm actually doing for me now since deleting social media. It's actually also made me realize that I think social media is sort of like this invisible thread or this cord that we have to that technology, and it is sucking our life force energy. I just feel that from my own personal experience, to each their own, but truly I can say that since not being on social media, I feel more connected to me, who I innately am, what is my unique purpose. And that has just been blossoming. I am feeling so excited about the things that I am creating now, and it's coming from a place that's really within me and not from any kind of external influence. So that was the first thing that I really feel has created this huge shift for me. And the second thing that I want to share is reading books. So I have not always been a reader. this is something kind of new for me. I mean, sure, I read a lot when I was a kid, in high school and going to school during university, you kind of have to read. But I haven't read or been into reading in years. And I recently started reading actually during pregnancy because it was kind of intense to look at a screen such as a phone. So I got a Kindle. And now I'm just going through so many books, and there's a few reasons why I really recommend reading. So the first reason is, unlike social media, where you're just concentrating on something for 5 to 10 seconds and then scrolling to the next video, a book is something that you need to focus. You need to finish and complete. So start small, even if it's just committing to reading 1 chapter a day or 10 minutes a day. That's already training your brain to give more attention and focus your attention on something that's longer than 5 to 10 seconds, which again is what social media programs us to do. So I believe that this has helped me to really stabilize my nervous system. Reading is also very stabilizing for the mind, for the nervous system. It is something that I recommend to specific Jyotish clients if I want to help them bring balance to their brain or their nervous system. And the second reason I really recommend reading is, the book, the content that you're reading. So I'll give an example. I've recently started reading a really great book. It's called 10x is Easier Than 2x. I highly, highly recommend this book to everyone. It is so good. It's very inspiring. It's essentially sharing that in order to 10x, that's actually not harder, it's easier. And in order to 10x, we have to eliminate 80% of the junk in our life and focus on the 20% that is actually exciting and activating us. So this is also something I've been doing in the last 2 to 3 weeks, is really focusing myself on where am I spending that 80% that isn't serving me? Social media being one of them. But what else? What else am I using my energy on that isn't going towards the 20% that is really exciting and energizing to me? So essentially, we want to take from that 80% and flip it. So 80% of our time is spent on the thing that most excites and energizes us. So that's the second thing that I have felt a huge shift with. So I highly recommend that book. Again, it's called 10x is Easier Than 2x. And now the third thing that has really created this shift within me that I want to share with you, because I would love to invite you into something if it calls, is I have started a new practice. You could call it a sadhana. A sadhana is a daily committed practice. So typically the sadhanas that I teach, and also from my lineage, from any Vedic or yogic lineage, typically you want to work with a sadhana or a practice for minimum 21 days, best 40 days, and even better, the sadhana that I'm currently doing is a 90-day sadhana. In this sadhana practice, I'm specifically working with the Sri Yantra. It's called the Sri Yantra sadhana. And the Sri Yantra is a sacred symbol. I don't have it here. You can look it up. And you are using a specific mantra. It's a japa practice. So working with your mala bead, doing a japa practice, also working with a Sri Yantra, and working with a mantra. So there is something so special about working with a deep sadhana such as this one, because it is a 90-day practice. This is also a really sacred sadhana that comes from a specific lineage, and it can only be shared through initiation. So this means it can only be shared teacher to student, mentor to student, guru to student, however you want to call it, through a teacher that has embodied and practiced this teaching. So I have practiced and embodied this teaching. This is my second time now going through this 90-day practice, and I am feeling very called to share this sadhana with a few students who are curious and actually eager to take on a 90-day practice. So I will tell you a little bit about what it requires before you commit So you have to commit to the 90 days. So this isn't going to be for everyone, but if it's for you, then you'll know. And I remember someone asking my teacher, well, what if you miss a day? And he just kind of laughed and he's like, well, you just don't. You plan this. You plan to do this sadhana at a time in your life when you know you can show up, you know that you can commit. The whole practice itself is only about 30 minutes, so it's very accessible. But you do need to commit to doing it every single day for the 90 days, and ideally at the same time of day. So this practice, specifically, you want to do it working with the sun, either right before the sun rises, or even as it's rising is okay, but in that really early hour of stillness, or you can do it at night after the sun has set, preferably even later at night. The later the better. Obviously don't stay up, but perhaps right before you go to sleep. Again, right in that late hour of silence, of stillness. It is such an incredible way as well to just drift you into sleep. So you'll pick a time you'll have to choose a time, which one you want to do, either early morning or evening. This practice as well, it requires sort of a deep cleanse, a deep reset. So there's a few things in order to do that. First is cleaning up your language, cleaning up the way that you are, cleaning up who it is that you embody. So whatever that means to you, this is on a case-by-case individual basis. Even cleaning up sort of like your technology, for example. The fact that I'm doing this social media cleanse is perfect timing. The clothing that you wear, really wearing and embodying this Shri quality. Shri is the divine goddess, right? Also, you could think of Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance and beauty and wealth, or Lalita Tripura Sundari. This is actually who this sadhana is for. It's embodying the qualities of Shri. Shri being this exquisite, beautiful essence that you inherently are. You are. And so now it's just shaving off everything that is not that and really stepping into her, stepping into that Shri, divine, feminine energy. And by the way, you don't have to be a woman to do this sadhana. Men also can embody that Shri quality within them. Also cleaning up your diet. So I'm currently not doing coffee right now. No caffeine. I'm drinking cacao in the mornings. And I usually drink cacao and coffee sometimes, but now coffee is no more during this time. Also, cleaning up your diet, cutting out anything that you feel is just not serving you. Maybe that's processed foods, or sometimes people cut out meat and they go vegetarian during this period. I'm in my postpartum phase, so I'm really nourishing myself right now with like bone broth and high quality meats. So that's not for me, but last time I did the sadhana, I did cut out meat. I went purely just really clean. It's a really clean diet. Also removing alcohol from your diet. So no more alcohol during this 90 days. So this is kind of the commitment to set yourself up for this practice if you decide to commit to it. Again, this isn't something to try on and then not do. This is really something for a committed practitioner who wants to go in really deep. So about the practice itself, I cannot share that with you. It is, again, an initiation process, but I can share that it is working with a mantra and working with the Shri Yantra, the sacred symbol. So the practice itself, again, is about 30 minutes. And since beginning this practice, I'm on day 23 now of the 90 days, and I am already just feeling such a shift in my entire vibration and my essence. I'm feeling more abundant in every aspect. So again, this sadhana is invoking the qualities of Shri and Lalita Tripura Sundari, and this is really a sadhana for abundance, to connect you to that abundant Shri nature that is ever expansive and ever present. And again, reminding us of this principle that abundance is never something that we go get. Rather, abundance is something that we inherently are. We are abundant right now. It's not something in the future. It's always, always now. So this is really what this practice is reminding you of and bringing you into that frequency of this beautiful divine quality of abundance. So this has been really the 3 big shifts for me. In January, I have felt just a huge surge of momentum and excitement in my life. And I would love to help guide you into this as well. Whether you are also feeling this surge of momentum and clarity and guidance, or you are on the edge and you're kind of looking for that, I would love to help guide you and initiate you into this practice. So if this calls you, just send me a personal message. And I am so excited for those who are going to say yes to this experience. It really is such a deep, deep, sacred sadhana that we're working with. So I'm so grateful for my teachers who initiated me into this practice. And if it calls to you, I am really looking forward to initiate you. So that is all that I will hop on here and share for today. And I'm sending you all lots and lots of love wherever you are in the world. Mwah.